Hi, everybody. I'm live. I'm going to take a screenshot. Another one. My selfies. All right. This is Eve from Detox with Ease. This is my very first live stream. I'm very excited about it. I decided to do it today. I'll just decide something. I'll do it one day, and I will figure it out as I go along. My first time. Yeah, I have a lot to share. I've been meaning to share it for so long. I just have been like busy doing other stuff, and I haven't gotten around to the right formats. I've tried so many different things. So I'm just going to do this live streaming. I've decided recently to actually like get dressed every day and blow dry my hair, put on makeup. So that's how I'm able to do this. So I am the author of Detox with Ease. I wrote this book like 10 years ago almost. It's a great book. It's very, very simple, easy to read. I really made it for the general public. It's not an exhaustive book at all. I was very sick with multiple chemical sensitivity, and I got well. So I learned the toxins and everything. And if you have chemical sensitivity, you don't even have to learn the toxins. Like, you actually just know them. You know, people are like, well, what are the studies on this laundry detergent? And you're like, I don't need a study. I can smell it from 10 feet away, and it makes me cough. You know, that's enough to know. I don't have chemical sensitivity at all anymore. So much so that, you know, people get mad at me. And I even do a lot of normal things that I didn't used to do in my house before. I didn't even have any plastic in my house. I never had any new clothes. I didn't wear, even a jewelry like this I would never wear. This is like inexpensive jewelry. I would never put that on my body because it is toxic. Like, I recommend, you know, 24 karat gold. But you know, when you heal from this toxic state, you know, your body can handle some toxins. It metabolizes everything just like a normal person. Of course, the less toxins, the better. That's what my book is about. So my book is really how to reduce toxins by 90% and increase the body's ability to detox and heal itself. I'm a firm believer that a little education and easy changes are the way to well-being. So, you know, we all have family members, people that have no idea, like, how toxic things are. And those of us in those days when I had that chemical sensitivity, you know, toxins were in our awareness 24/7 because, anyway, if you never had this illness, just be grateful because, you know, you open the window and you can, you know, really get affected by exhaust coming in, or your neighbor doing the laundry, or somebody making a fireplace down the road. You know, even if you stay in your house with no toxins in your house. So just very aware. So partly I made this book to teach other people because I realized the world needed to change in order for me to be okay in the world, because everything made me sick. And I would try to get my friends to change this and change that, and they would just think, oh, you know, you're crazy. So I really set out to, like, you know, on the long run, I've been making memes for more than 10 years, memes about stuff that now everybody knows about. Thank God, you know, now people are like, oh, make your home non-toxic. You know, that's actually mainstream. It's great. But back then it wasn't, you know. So I also wrote this book as a way to get, you know, for the general public to understand the basics, you know, how these toxins are getting into our systems, how they're affecting us in easy ways that we can just not, the easiest thing is to not get them in. And so also, you know, a lot of people, maybe they smoke, maybe they eat McDonald's every day, but you can still detox if you smoke and eat at McDonald's or drink whiskey. Like, you could change your laundry detergent. I mean, for me, that's one of the biggest things, changing your laundry detergent and maybe changing your water. you might cut down 50% on the toxins that are going in your body, because some stuff is highly toxic that we're in contact with every day, especially laundry detergent. I can't believe people are still making that fabric softener, Febreze, and any kind of smelly laundry detergent. Like in 5 years, there will be no more toxic laundry detergent, because it's just so toxic. And people don't understand it's 24/7 when you lay your head on your pillow. That's your laundry detergent you're breathing in. It's on your clothes. It's going into your bloodstream through your clothes, and then you're breathing in that smell through your lungs, which is going right into your bloodstream. People just don't understand how toxins work. People think it's just your food. Well, your food is probably maybe the least of it, actually. And people don't really understand that, yes, if something goes on your skin, it's going into your bloodstream, which is why they have these patches now, fentanyl, different kind of patches, birth control patches, because they just put it on your skin and it goes right into your bloodstream. People don't understand, too, that when it goes into your lungs, it's going right into your bloodstream. Just imagine, I don't know if you ever smoked marijuana through a bong or inhaled some kind of other stuff, but that's why people think of smoking. It's going right in your lungs, right into your bloodstream. So it's actually the quickest way to get toxins into your body. So people don't realize that whenever they're breathing in a toxin, whether it be fresh paint or asphalt, newly asphalted road, some perfume that has a lot of toxins in it, people just don't realize that that's going into their bodies. I'm going to say something. I wonder if anybody's out there. That would be so amazing if there was somebody there. I haven't really advertised it, and I think I might be shadow banned. I try never to focus on conspiracies, this and that, but actually shadow banning is a real thing. And besides, I owe Facebook a little bit of money for some ads a while back. But my stuff doesn't really get out there too much. But I'm going to make the effort, and that's why I'm going to do it free. I'm going to do this free. I'm going to do it several days a week. Probably for 1 hour. Today I have to do it less than an hour because I have something I need to do and nobody's here. So you can just come, bring all your questions. I'm not a health professional, but I can tell you things that I did for healing. I've been in healing for several decades. I have been in all kinds of healing, mental, physical, spiritual, energetic, and then this, I completely cured myself of multiple chemical sensitivity, which is very incurable. It's way more incurable than cancer. Like cancer, a lot of people cure from. Multiple chemical sensitivity, I don't really, there's very few of us. If you ever healed yourself or healed from whatever reason, like sometimes it could be a doctor, let me know and send me your story, because when I got this illness, first of all, I didn't ever do anyone who had it. Second of all, I couldn't find anyone who ever healed from it. So that was very distressing for me. And there's still groups today who are like, oh, it's a permanent disease and your liver can't detox, your mother gene, this, that, and the other, permanent brain damage, permanent this, that, and the other. And I'm just here to tell you that none of that is true. I could put perfume on right now. In fact, this took years, but I actually would like the smell of about 50% of perfumes. There's still 50 that are just nasty toxins that they don't even smell good at all. But so when you're very hypersensitive to chemicals, when somebody has perfume on, you don't smell the perfume, you just smell the chemicals. So it's like somebody spraying Raid in your face. Like that's what it smells like. You're like, how can you be wearing that? It smells so awful. Smells like mustard gas, and but it's because your body is on the hyper alert for toxins. I don't really go in any chats. I haven't been on any chats for years. Every once in a while I go on there and look. I do a lot of consulting. and just wellness consulting, helping people get better, telling people what I did, letting people go over the basics of wellness and detoxing in a very non-medical way. And most people really don't believe you can get well, but you can. It just, for me, it took a lot of work. For me, it took a lot of changes, and you just have to be willing to get well no matter what. So when I was sick, I was just like, you know what, I'm not going to end up my life like this. It's not going to happen. So I did whatever I had to do, and I spent as many hours a day doing it as I needed to, which was basically a full-time job. And eventually it worked. And I have to tell you, I didn't even start getting better. I have a website. I have a lot of other videos. It actually was still getting worse for like a year when I was detoxing. I don't know, looking back, was I over detoxing? Who knows? Nobody really knows. So don't listen to people out there. There's a lot of people out in the world of the internet, and they think they know everything. This is what I realized one day. People who talk with a lot of authority, you listen to them. People who sound like, who are more reasonable and say, well, maybe it might be this, or I don't know, this helped me. People do not follow those people. They listen to the person who says, you know, it's this, and then they have like a fancy word that you don't know. So a lot of times these people have no idea what they're talking about. They're just out there telling everybody, you know, how it is. So don't listen to them. Most of them, in fact, do not know. Most of them, in fact, are very, very attached to their knowledge and their ideas. And their ideas are keeping them sick, you know. So you don't want to be sick. You want to be well. You want to be happy. And unless you want to spend the rest of your life, you know, in those chats with these other people, you know, trying to get the world to change. The world's never going to change. I mean, I try to change people when I was sick, just to be like, hey, do you mind not wearing perfume? But then they would have a little perfume on their jacket from 2 days before, and it would still bother me. So I realized, you know what, there's no way the world's going to change. You know, the internet towers are not going to be less and less. They're just going to be more and more. And hopefully sometime in the future we'll have a better technology. But for the time being, we have the world that we live in. And I just wanted to survive. And so I did a lot of tricky stuff, a lot of healing, and stuff like that. So my book's very simple. A lot of what it does is that when you first get sick, or if you don't understand anything about toxins, it's very confusing. You don't even know what's toxic. It took me a really long time to figure out, you know, how the toxins get in your body, what are the different kinds of toxins, and how to avoid the basic ones. Like it's a huge topic. I mean, you could go for the rest of your life studying toxins. So I basically tell you that, you know, there's several, it's not just the liver. The liver is just one little detox organ. Basically, all of your organs are detoxing. I don't know about your brain, but say your lungs, every time you exhale, you could be exhaling chemicals and releasing toxins. So your lungs are actually a detox organ. Your kidneys definitely are a detox organ, which is why you need really the cleanest water you can get. The skin is a detox organ. That's why whenever people have a rash, the first thing I think of is toxins. You know, I think it's generally true. Unfortunately, the way the medical system is that they don't really understand toxins, so they just kind of gloss over it. They are now starting to pay attention to this because we on the internet have kind of forced the issue. And it's very complicated. So it's not like, oh, I'm allergic to nickel. I'm not allergic to nickel. It's that I have too much heavy metals in my body and I have a rash. So it's, you know, it's not, what I had was not a chemical allergy, although I don't really understand allergies that much. There might have been an element of allergy in it. But I do believe that I had too many toxins. And it was my body's way of saying, you know, I don't want another toxin. I think I'm not going to live stream too much more. But come back, come to my channel, ask me all the questions you want. I'm going to do it. You know, there's a lot of people on YouTube now, and they have the Q&A. You can give donations. You can buy my products that I'm going to promote. I have a couple that I really believe in. And my book, whatnot. And I know about detoxing, know about chemicals, but I know in learning about that, so I was always into health before I even got sick. And when I was sick, I was very lethargic. I just kind of laid in bed reading, you know, night and day, how to get well. And not only reading, but I experimented and did all of these things, the ones that I could afford. At that time, it did not hardly have money because usually sick and broke a lot of times goes together. Spend a lot of money when you have chemical sensitivity. So you have to buy everything special. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, heavens, I had a terrible brain injury in February, by the way. Every once in a while I do forget things. So I have studied deeply about toxins. I can go on and on about it. I mean, toxins have to do with weight loss, brain fog, IQ, mood, depression, anxiety, erectile dysfunction, even OCD. Like, basically, everyone should have a working knowledge of detox. And anyone who has any kind of problem, be it mental or physical, then they should at least do the rudimentary detoxing. So actually, this is the most amazing thing. And one reason why I really want to share my knowledge now more than ever is that when I healed myself of chemical sensitivity, one day I noticed, I was like, hey, I don't lay on the couch like I used to. I mean, I used to be depressed for like 20 years. I had very serious depression. And then it just went away. I mean, it's gone, completely gone. So the toxins had a lot to do with it. You know, this brain fog, this brain, we really need amazing nutrition for it. Amazing other kind of modalities, not just nutrition, but different kinds of meditation and relaxation and ways to really take optimal care of the brain. The brain needs lots of fats. And sometimes, especially if we're real smart, real creative, we can deplete our brain. You know, we need like more fuel. So I think just when I got sick, hey, is somebody there? Oh my God. I can't even see. Oh, that's amazing. I'm very excited. All right, you're my first person. Hold on. All right. Put my glasses on, can't really see. Oh, you bought my book. Oh, it's amazing. Yay. Oh my God, this is really exciting because I've never had interactive. Wow. Yay, that is so great. All right, fantastic. White Rabbit, that's a cool name. Do you have any questions? I can just answer questions. And how are you doing? Yeah. That's why I wrote my book. When I was sick, I used to look up every day, like, cure multiple chemical sensitivity. Because, I mean, Jesus, it is the worst. Sorry, pardon my French. It is the worst illness ever. So, I really want to help people get well because it's the worst nightmare. Also, you know what? When we're helping, once you heal this illness, you can heal any illness. Like, I'm not even afraid of any kind of illness anymore. It's like, I think cancer would be easy to cure compared to this. And, well, that's so cute. New Zealand. I would love to go to New Zealand. Yeah. So, hopefully I'll get around to writing some other books. I do a whole bunch of stuff. My real career is as a fine artist. It's my original thing. Oh, I hope you can come back. I'm going to keep trying to do it. I have to run out. I have a meeting on Thursday nights that I have to go to. But, hey, I'm doing better. Mast cells that come up. Oh, I don't know anything about mast cells. I know I've talked to people about mast cells. What is that? I don't know if I talked to you about it. I know I've talked to some people who have mentioned this mast cells. Yeah, let me know what that is. Because sometimes, here's the thing too, is that it just depends on our approach of the angle that we're coming at any kind of illness with, is that it's like this liver detox thing. It's like, oh, you need to type a lot. Like, not that, even though I'm very smart and I actually, whenever I read something, I remember it and I incorporate it into my philosophy. Like, I don't remember names that great. But sometimes you can come around something another way. If you can understand what it is, like what's a mast cell? Like what, like really get around the name and find out, okay, they cause a reaction to other food can cause it. So is it supposedly like something you're born with? Did you get it? Like, I don't know what it is. Huh. No, you're not born with it. Food can cause environmental toxins. Yeah. So how's your detox going? Like really what I did for a year or more, or 2 or 3, can't really remember. But in a brain fog at that time. And developed in 2018. Yes, stress and hormones. I think stress and hormones is huge. I actually developed my chemical sensitivity after a series of very deep trauma and shocks. People dropping dead and just a huge life change and awful things happening. Not that I didn't have awful things happen before. I did, so I already was a little tenuous in my stress response. I was already a little stressed out just as the way I grew up. But yeah, hormones. I've known people that like rebalanced their hormones and their chemical sensitivity went away. So yeah, the hormones are the messengers of the body. So hormones are huge, which is it's a chapter in my book, like how to definitely stay away from all of the things that that cause especially estrogen dominance, like any kind of pesticides, the stuff in dairy and meat, that the hormones that they give them for the cows and the animals to get bigger and fatter is really bad for you. Also drinking water, people, a lot of drug residues comes through in our drinking water. So you really need the most filtered water or spring water. Yeah, you can really balance a lot of my healing too, it was stress related and doing meditation, yoga. I have a program too, which I'm also going to start free. I didn't have time to put my links up because I just started today, like my first live stream. I just decided to do it today. So I have a daily like yoga, and then this other thing I discovered, Wim Hof breathing, which I think is amazing. I am a 100% believer in mind body. Acupuncture helped me a lot too. I actually turned a corner when I got acupuncture. I used to have to wear a mask. Like I couldn't even go to the doctor's office without a mask. I would get very sick going in the doctor's office because of that floor cleaner they used. Oh my God. I'm not going to go anywhere. I would get so sick. And I got acupuncture, and that very first time I turned the corner, I didn't have to wear a mask after that. Things still bother me. I still have chemical sensitivity, but it was a corner. Like I was actually still getting worse and worse for like at least a whole year while I was trying to get well. Okay. Yeah. Hormones. Have you ever like looked into just getting that hormones creams? You can kind of get plants and things that balance hormones, especially like females, like progesterone, estrogen. You can just, I could have never afford a doctor. Even now, those kind of doctors are expensive for me, I just always figure stuff out myself. Pumping lots of good supplements, detox pathway, back injury. Yeah. Well, I have to tell you, so I've never had a back injury in my life. Remind me I have to go soon. I'm going to put my alarm on. I got to go in like 5-10 minutes. Hold on. This is great. I'm so glad you came because I'm used to talking to the camera by myself, but it's not as much fun. I had a very terrible injury. Actually, I was assaulted February 8th by this giant man, and I was like getting attacked by a linebacker. I got a back injury and whiplash. That was my first time in my life to have a spinal injury and a head injury. So that was weird because you know what? I was finally like, besides getting well and losing my depression, my brain got like 20 times smarter than it has been, ever. Like I relearned algebra just for fun. So not only did I get out of brain fog, but I really got into being much smarter. So I got this terrible brain injury. I couldn't even read for 2 months. I was just like, it was really bad. It was super bad. Couldn't do any of my passwords. I couldn't figure out how to use phones. In the beginning, I couldn't even talk because it was just like the thoughts would be colliding. So, and then I had this spinal injury, which made my hands numb, my feet numb, and it was messing up my vagus nerve. I actually had to call 911 because I was doing number 2 and I was passing out. That was awful. And when the paramedics came, I was like, this is normal. And they're like, oh, it's the vagus nerve. So I feel like the whole nervous system is very implicated in my case of chemical sensitivity. That's why it depends on the kind of chemical sensitivity. I know there's sort of different ones, but so if you get the one where things you smell really bother you, that's the nervous system because it goes in your nose, right up here, and it's throwing off the nervous system. It's hitting the fight or flight response. And so I think it's all related. Come back tomorrow. Is it tomorrow? I think I'm going out tomorrow. I might do it later on at night when I get home. But there are things, I work a lot with my spine, my nervous system, my brain, like basically to heal this illness too. I had to work with everything. So it was awful. And I'm still, I'm still not quite right. Let's see. Great chatting with you. Yeah, no, it makes sense. Like I haven't really had, but you know what I did notice? I have a shampoo. It's this Andalou. I noticed that the shampoo is toxic. And you know what I have not noticed is for like a year. I've been using shampoo for a year or two. And then, but the conditioner isn't. You get it at Whole Foods and I'm like, I can smell the shampoo. I'm like, all of a sudden I'm like, I don't like the smell of the shampoo anymore. So, MCS does kind of come and go. I will trade that shampoo. I don't like that smell. It doesn't make me sick, but I notice like it doesn't smell like roses. It smells like toxins. So yeah, you really have to work the nervous system. So I have a program. I'm going to do it free for the whole month. It's yoga, Kundalini yoga, which is amazing for your spine. And your spine is really, it's a lot the center of wellness, the nervous system. Then there's this thing called Wim Hof breathing, which I started doing a year ago, which I have not been doing recently. And that's why I'm going to go back to doing it because I noticed my brain getting a little not as good as it had been. And it works a lot with the nervous system too. I do that every day at noon Eastern time. I live in Washington, D.C. So that I charge like $40 a month for, but it's Wim Hof breathing and a little bit of arm weights. But my other yoga in the morning, I'm going to do for free. Anyone can do Wim Hof on their own. It's very simple. But I have a theory that this would cure chemical sensitivity. And then also doing ice baths, which sounds awful, but once you do it, you get addicted to it because it feels really good. I hadn't done one in like 4 months. I did one the other day and you immediately, it does something to your nervous system and you feel really good. So I think these are like my biggest arsenal of tools, like of course detoxing, of course grounding in nature, I think is huge. Like I actually do go out running every day. I start running and I do spend a little bit of that time running around barefoot in the park, even though It's kind of disgusting. People walk their dogs there and stuff, which I think is nasty, but my body just requires that grounding energy for my nervous system. I have a very sensitive nervous system. Even being recovered and everything, I still, I need a lot of self-care. I need a lot of de-stressing, a lot of relaxing, a lot of care for the nervous system. All right, I hope you come back. Tell your friends. It would be amazing. Oh, hit the like. You got to smash the likes. And if you're on any groups, chemical sensitivity groups and stuff, just let them know. Like if you see my ad, just put it out there, because I don't want everyone to think I'm spamming, but I do want to get my message out, because not only it heals chemical sensitivity, but also depression, anxiety, and all this other stuff. Look at the sky. It's a nice color. All right, I got to go outside now. Hi to New Zealand. Thank you so much for coming. That was so lovely. All right. Elegant Nature. That was a nice name. I like it. Elegant Nature. Oh, look, you just came in. Oh, maybe you can watch the thing and come. Everybody, I'm going to try to come tomorrow. Actually, I'd like to have a date, but I probably won't stay out too late. Or I might do it beforehand. I might try it 6 o'clock again. Maybe I could do it from like 5:30 to 6:30. Well, I'm going to be posting it on my Facebook. I'm on Instagram. Twitter I'm on, but I probably won't be posting it. So great. Come, you guys, and we'll all get well and help other people. All right. Take care. Ciao.